Hey, what's up? Dilio coming to you live once again. And in this video, I want to talk about something I normally don't talk about on this channel, as you can see from the title, is why I think that the Jamie Foxx special on Netflix was good and what really resonated with me the most about it. See, if you don't know, Jamie Foxx has a comedy special on Netflix. Netflix has really been cornering the market when it comes to comedy. One of my favorite comedians currently right now, best to me, is probably Cat Williams. I'm enjoying Cat Williams' comedy. Let me know in the comments below whose comedy you think is best, but I think Cat Williams is pretty good. Versus everyone else, Chappelle is definitely top tier. But I think I kind of like the comedy of Cat Williams. But this video's not about Cat Williams. It's about Jamie Foxx, even though Jamie Foxx did refer to Cat Williams. And that's another thing, like Jamie Foxx has an incredible imitation game. Really can sound like him, and I'm just getting you spoilers ahead because I'm going to talk about what I saw in this movie. And if you saw it, I'd like to hear your thoughts about it. But one thing I like with celebrities is this thing, right? We all thought or was told that it was a mystery illness, and really that wasn't the case. The mystery illness was just a private issue that, thanks to Jamie's family or people connected with him, was able to keep that private, because it's all sensationalized. And then he addressed the rumors with Diddy. Diddy got him, and the thing is, a lot of times with rumors take kind of their own feet because they seem plausible. It's like, well, yeah, we think Diddy is the one that got Tupac, so of course that's his MO. Yeah, he probably got. It just kind of goes in a full circle with that. I'm not really the most interested in that kind of thing, but I like to hear it directly from him. That was probably the most interesting thing about that. I mean, I literally had unsubscribed from Netflix because of the whole not Mayweather, with Tyson. I'm sorry, I'm getting myself together here. Hearing it directly from Jamie Foxx, what happened is really good. I don't think he would spin it any other way. I don't think he has any reason to, and his transparency was cool. But that's not really took me over the top with it. What really took me over the top was the medical conditions he was dealing with, and how his vital signs were all over the place, and the story about how his daughter was playing guitar all the time. I can relate to that because I was a kid wanting to play guitar keyboards all the time, and how the story of the reality was that when his daughter would play, in my words, it helped him chill out the vital signs or whatever they need to do to stabilize him. Like, that's cool. I can only imagine the focus. Like, I'm not a father myself, but I think that if I had a child want to hop on this thing, I'd probably be all like, just really into that. And it was a very touching story, and just to see how Jamie was reacting to it all, because I got friends who have been through some medical things. You really never know what somebody's going through, right? So it can be scary. You don't know if you're going to pull it through. I think Jamie was rejoicing that he went through, but just the story about how his daughter's guitar playing helped him survive this ordeal was a very powerful thing. And it reminded me of the healing power of music. And I'll be honest with you, I've been distracted from that because I've been so... It's basically the messages I get on the internet when I'm studying how to become a better musician or a more profitable musician. I still have aspirations of being full-time as a music producer and doing things. It's taken me longer than your favorite YouTubers. It's still a process where it's like, yeah, I want this to be a career. And I ran into some challenges along the way. And so that whole life change where I can do it full time and not need a day job, that hasn't came. And that was a challenging thing, but there's more to music than, I guess, a career. Because when you think about it being a tool to heal people or to help people feel better or to help people live, it takes on a whole new meaning to me. And it kind of reminds me, oh yeah, don't forget that the music you make can serve somebody in a way that's not necessarily based off of numbers and streams and Spotify and money. And just recently, a lot of people were posting their wrap-ups, right? These Spotify wrap-ups. And, you know, I kind of look at them with a shoulder shrug. It's like, okay, that's cool. You got this many streams, you got that many streams. How much did you make from it? If we're going to talk about numbers, let's talk about all the numbers. That's funny because all the wrap-ups that we see from Spotify talks about how many streams you got, how many people listen, but they never really run a post. How profitable was that for that artist? And then you got other people that say, oh man, Spotify is great. And then at the same time, yeah, they got maybe millions of streams, but they do it independent of themselves, or is their name counted on an artist that's been released through a major label that has a little bit of different level of access than the independent person? While I am congratulatory of people who are having millions of streams, that's great. But I have a greater respect for those who are able to pull this off independently without being placed or on someone else's album, because it's not necessarily the same thing. And there's a whole lot I don't know about that, but that gets me off the point of talking about the movie. The healing power of music, it was just a really fresh reminder to me. It makes me want to play for my mom. It makes me want to play, kind of remember. And that's the thing. It reminded me to remember that music is a healing tool. While I'm feeling down, I have more than enough to do that. And sometimes I get distracted from that. Sometimes life hits me so crazily with reality and challenges that you forget that music is a great tool. It's okay to use music as a tool and not worry so much about the career accolades or the numbers or what you have or what you don't have or who you have listening to it or who you don't have listening to it. And, you know, more or less or not, I know that there are more people maybe not listening to my music as much as I would like them to be, you know, and not everybody's going to connect with my music. And I knew that early on. But you have to kind of remember that when kind of like negative forces kind of come into your mind or negative thoughts come into your mind about the value of what you do. And sometimes those negative thoughts can come in because certain people that you care about don't really acknowledge what you're doing and don't say anything about it or say, hey, I see you, I hear you, I support you. And we all know that scripture that a prophet is not celebrated in his own home. We know that. But that touching story with the Jamie Foxx special says, I'm gonna remember that if I have someone I care about who is in pain or hurting, if there's a way for me to bring music in the picture again, you know, and that kind of takes me to another point because I do music so time and I face this dream of being a music producer full time or doing big tracks, you know, I sort of forget, or it's almost like you're used to that reality. So then you kind of take it for granted or you forget. That's what it is. You forget that you could be spending all your life making music like I have. And I got audio cassettes to prove it. So that's called receipts, right? Spend all that time hearing that. And then because you're so used to it, it's such a norm for you. Music is so normal for you. It's so everyday. Your engineering and sound is so normal for you that it's like, oh, okay. It's not really a tool. It's hard to get excited by it sometimes. But when you see it in the context of what Jamie Foxx talked about in the movie, I thought that was pretty doggone dope. I thought that was awesome. I thought that was a really cool, touching story. Unexpected. I didn't know what he was going to say. And honestly, I didn't really have any expectations. I said, let me see what was going on. I think what got me in the door was the clips. I think the clip of him talking about Cat Williams is pretty good because I don't really see anybody really coming for Cat Williams like that. Not that I think that he really came for him in a negative way, but to sort of use Cat Williams in his comedies in similar style as how Cat Williams used Jamie Foxx in his comedy. You know, I think that was a very sporting thing. So it just makes me think about my music. It makes me think about people who have had medical conditions and challenges in health. And if I could put on another point, like the thing is with Jamie Foxx, like this gets, you know, he's having conversations with God, right? Like this can't be happening to me. I'm Jamie Foxx. I'm supposed to be, I can totally relate to being someone that wants to have my stuff together. This can't. I mean, if I want to be blunt and straight up about it, it's like, I'm Dealio. I'm good at what I do. I'm not signed. I'm not this. I'm not that. And it's like, yeah, you have to live with those realities. But this is a good watch. I definitely think anybody should check it out. It was very well done, and the closing where he's doing the imitations of playing, just reprising some of the roles that you know him for. And when he did that Ray, I was like, oh, because like Ray is one of my favorite movies. It's like up there with Gladiator. Like I really like Ray because I like to come up of coming from nothing and coming up and actually being super successful in the music industry. I like that story because I kind of want that story to be my story. And thankfully my story is still written, so I don't know. It's taken a longer time than expected, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It may be a lonely path, but that doesn't mean that it's not any less valuable than anyone else's path. And it's your own path, and sometimes you got to be your own best company on this music path while everybody's doing theirs. Just be your own best company. So it was a good movie. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm Dealio. You're watching Dealio T2K. Stay tuned for more content from the channel, and we'll go from there. Peace out. We go.